Alright, hey everyone, it's been a while actually since I made a video, and I've had this in the fridge for ages, and I just thought, well, I'll do a video tonight. Why not? I just felt like making a video all of a sudden. I can't remember the last time I did a beer review. It was a while ago, and I think it was another sour. This is yet another sour. I apologise if people aren't really that interested in these kind of beers, but I don't know, I'm into them at the minute, so yeah, this is I don't know if it's showing backwards on my camera. It looks backwards, but I hope it like flips it round. It says Yellowbelly, brewed and canned in Wexford, Ireland, Castaway Passionfruit sour, and I mainly bought it because the can looks amazing. Look at this shirtless muscled man with a pig, I don't know, like a piratey type of theme. They're drinking out of coconuts, a man and a pig, and I don't know, it hasn't got any other information on there. The hops: malts, pilsner, Munich biscuit and wheat. The hops is Hersbrucker, and it's got passion fruit puree in there, and it's 4.2% vol. So yeah, I don't know what the story is there with the weird can, but I do like it. I like the colours. It's yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I haven't done a video in a while, just because I don't know. I was having a bit of just a bit of a break, a bit of a rest from doing a lot of videos and things. Just, I don't know, get a mental health break, I guess. And also some people saw the video where my house was just a complete tip. We were just having the kitchen done, and the house was just such chaos. I don't know, not a lot of space to do much in the house, and it's pretty much back to normal now. Behind me there, I've got the fridge it's like in the living room, in the front room here, which is because we're having a decorator come round to paint the room. It was so long getting the kitchen done that we daren't paint it ourselves in case we fuck the whole thing up, because it looks nice, but we don't want to paint it and just get paint everywhere and fuck up the kitchen. So my wife is paying someone to come and do it professionally. So hopefully, I think he's coming tomorrow, so hopefully this will all be nicely painted. We'll be able to get this fridge moved in, and yeah. People were reacting on that video where I showed my messy front room like that's how I live all the time, like I'm some kind of hoarder or something. It really wasn't. Like, we're pretty tidy. The house, it was just because we were having the kitchen done. So yeah, anyway, 3 minutes in, let's actually open the beer and have a go. Fuck, that's a strong sour smell coming off that. So yeah, no, I don't live in complete filth. It was just we just sort of used the front room as like just a storage room for all the shit that was in the kitchen while the kitchen was getting torn out and changed. So yeah, it's pretty much back to normal now, apart from having a fridge here, which is kind of weird. So I've got this Only Fools and Horses glass, and yeah, it says made with Peckham water. So I don't know why I picked this glass. I just thought it would just amuse me slightly. It smells really like, that's the thing with these sour beers, you can't tell if they're off because they smell the same. They smell like an off beer to begin with, but this really does smell funky, you know what I mean? Like some of them, they just smell like sharp and crisp. This one smells like, yeah, it's like got like a funk to it, like a bad beer. So I don't know. It's all in the taste, really. I think sometimes with these sours, you shouldn't really smell them before you taste them. But I don't know. When I do these review videos, it's like it's just instinct, isn't it? Oh, I got a nice smell of the passion fruit there, though. Okay. Not much head on that. Did sound nice and carbonated though. Let's have a go. Oh, That is sharp, but actually beautiful. Yeah, nice. Not very passion fruity. I was expecting more of a passion fruit sweetness to come through. It tastes fruity, but like, I don't know, it doesn't taste like passion fruit to me. Not on that first bit anyway. But yeah, the smell put me off at first, but it doesn't have that funky taste to it. It's it actually tastes really, really nice. It's not like crazy sour. It's just sort of just nice and crispy and sharp and nice and cold as well. So yeah. I guess it's more of a summery drink. It's very wintry here at the minute. Yeah, this is, I don't know, the can itself, the whole artwork and everything looks very sort of summery, doesn't it? With the coconut cocktails and all that. So yeah, I don't know, well, like, there hasn't really been much going on in my life to, you know, make videos about, like, you know, anything going on. I'm trying to think of anything that's like happened, which, like, because I haven't made a video in a while, like if there's anything like updates or anything, but there isn't really. Been playing a lot of ZX Spectrum. That's pretty much been my life, and trying to make some games for the ZX Spectrum. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. And also, I'm trying to make an artwork using like pixel art from ZX Spectrum games, and I'm gonna like paint them out, like do some pixel art, but like hand painted, like each pixel is painted by hand with like with acrylics. I've got all the paper and everything ready to go. It's to go in the room when this is finished, the kitchen. I'm doing like a special artwork for the wall in there that's going to go with the decor. Hopefully it'll look good, but yeah, I still need to get that done. Yeah, this is nice. There's not a lot of like, there isn't a lot of fruity flavour in there. Like, it tastes fruity like a cider, you know, it tastes almost like a cider. Like, but I wouldn't, you could give me that and tell me it was like a sour cider or something, and so it was made of apples, and I would drink that and go, oh yeah. I wouldn't think, it actually tastes like passion fruit or anything like that, you know. It's only because it says it on the can, you know. And you can smell passion fruit in among that like funkiness. But yeah, I don't think it really tastes much of it. But it's still nice and refreshing. Today's something I was gonna make a separate video about this, but I'll just talk about it on here. Just weird, like something I've noticed with the news recently, and just sort of, I don't know if it's like British culture or something, but especially with like the BBC. So we was in the car today. We were listening to the radio, going to B&Q, and the BBC News came on, and I was just like listening to like the stories, like, you know, what they were choosing to report on, and I don't know, maybe it was just a slow news day, but there was, I think it was like about 5 different stories, and 3 of them were about something, not really any kind of crime or major event, but something that could cause offence to somebody else. One of the things was that someone had videoed themselves making a bonfire and then putting a model of the Grenfell Tower, which is quite, you know, it's quite offensive, I guess. You know, I'm not like trying to say, oh, it was fine. Putting it on the bonfire, and and that was newsworthy apparently. You know, they had all these people on this talking about how offensive it was, and the fact that they'd used people with brown, they put models of people into the tower as it burnt, and they were models with brown faces, so it was also racist. One of them had a hijab on. Oh my god, it was also Islamophobic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an offensive thing to do, but is it news? I don't know. And then there was another story about a footballer who'd caused offence by, in their words, making a nationalist gesture to the crowd, to the opposing crowd. They didn't specify it was like an ethno-nationalist gesture, just a nationalist gesture. So I don't know. That's kind of vague to me. And I don't know, nationalism. It's kind of got a bad word. It's a bit of a bad word over here, but in some places it just means like a patriotism, doesn't it? You know. Doesn't always mean like the National Front and things like that. So anyway, that was another thing that could possibly cause offence to people, and this was newsworthy. And then there was another story about someone who apologised if it caused any offence, but he wasn't going to wear the red poppy for whatever. This was 3 stories out of like the 5 stories they chose to report on today. All just things that could cause offence to people. Nothing, no crime, no violent crimes, no like political scandals or, you know, anything like that. It's just things that may potentially cause offence to people. And I just think, is this the world we live in now, where this is what the news is? It's, you know, this is the level of like sort of the worst sort of crimes that we can commit these days seem to be like of potentially offending people. And also, it would offend a lot less, that it would cause a lot less offence to people if it wasn't being reported all over the news, these things. I mean, who cares? Some edgy kids decided to make a tower of Grenfell and set it on fire. Ooh, you know, it just sounds like someone being edgy. It's not news to me, but yeah, that's something I noticed in news. It was like majority of news stories were about potential offence, which seems weird to me. Seems like a weird world we're living in. I don't know. I don't know really. I'm sure there's better things to report on, but I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to talk about that really. It's just something weird. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to notice it now when I listen to like the news, how many of the stories are about actual newsworthy events and how many of them are about people's feelings, which to me don't really, you know, aren't really important enough. And we're paying the TV license to fund that kind of journalism. Yeah, the beer's all right. Anyway, it's all right. I think the can's fancier than the drink. I'm sure the guy in the shop said like, everyone's buying this. This is flying off the shelves as if it was like delicious. And yeah, it's pretty good. But I think maybe I spoiled myself slightly having that rhubarb and custard sour, which was amazing. That was like the perfect drink to me. I definitely want to get more of them. Yeah, this is I don't know, it doesn't quite live up to that standard, and I think it'd be hard to find a lot of beers that do. It says on here, for the latest news, beers and comics, subscribe to our mailing list, yellowbellybeer.ie. Oh, comics, that sounds, if I can get a beer related comic, because I went into the comic book shop, travelling man, try and find something to read, and there was nothing that even remotely seemed interesting to me at the minute. No comic books. I've kind of not read a comic book in a while because I haven't been able to find anything good. I found a Mystery Science Theater comic, but it was the second issue. I wanted to read the first one, so that was that. Yeah, there's a little bit of passion fruit coming through, but it doesn't stand out. You know, it's kind of overpowered by the tanginess of it, and yeah, I think you could just tell me that was made of apples or any, you know, like just generic fruit, and you know, if I think about it, I can kind of get that passion fruity sort of taste on the like aftertaste, but it'd be easy to miss if you weren't looking for it, if that makes sense. There's a bit of sediment in the bottom. I don't think I can film that, but it's, you know, there's a bit of sediment floating around. I actually quite like seeing a bit of sediment in the bottom. It sort of makes me feel that the beer's a bit more, I don't know, not as mass produced. I don't know. Sometimes I like a bit of sediment. Just, it reassures me slightly. Yeah, so Castaway, Yellowbelly, Passionfruit Sour. I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest, but it wasn't bad. It's actually a nice beer. But yeah, I've definitely had better sour beers, and give it a try if you like this kind of thing. But if you're looking for a really passion fruity tasting beer, I think you might be slightly disappointed with that. Yeah, and the artwork is cool, so there is that. Alright, so that's been this beer video and rant about the news, so hope you enjoyed, and I'll try and do some more regular videos in the future now that my house is kind of back to a semi-normal state. Alright, bye bye.